Hello there, everybody. We are Morpheus Dreams RP group, and today we're gonna be playing start a new campaign in the Myriad Songs RP. It's a system based from the Iron Claw system, in where you have a dice pool and you're trying to get many as high a score on separate as many dices as possible. I know that is not a good explanation of it, but you will learn as we play. I am your space master of space. You may call me Joe. And who else do we have here? Can you introduce yourself?
No, we're all dead.
All right, you start then, Rain.
Darn you! What do you want?
Who are you, and where do you come from, and what do you do?
I do nothing. I am Rain. And I'm from England.
Awesome. And who's sitting next to you?
My imaginary friend.
I'm
Dave.
actually sitting behind. Right.
All right. So you sit next to her then.
Again, I can't. Still got that pile of stuff set up.
Exactly. Okay. Go on, Cassie. Your turn.
At least introduce yourself.
I am Kazi, I live with Rain, and I basically clean up after Rain's.
He's my bitch.
Alright, awesome.
LOLs.
Alright, let's go with the next person in line, which would be Cameron.
Hello. I'm Cameron. I'm in the USA, New York State, and I don't do anything important.
Alright, awesome. And then we have our special mute person, Godly. Could you please write down a little bit about yourself so we can read it up online? And in the meantime, as she's writing, Milo, Dalton. You need to change your name.
Okay, my bad. It says Milo on here. I did change my name. My name is now Calidus.
No, it's on TeamSpeak.
Oh, on TeamSpeak? Alright, my bad. But alright, yes.
Dalton.
I'm Calidus. For this particular game, I will be playing a little Fennec Fox. So it's a little bit off
Introduce who
for me.
you are
Forgive
first.
my mistakes. Oh,
Introduce who you are.
Not characters, silly.
Not character.
my bad. I am Calidus. That's what I'm doing. I don't know.
No, you're Dalton.
Those introductions. Human introductions. Okay, yes.
In human introduction.
Well, I am Dalton. I am from the US of A. I live in Florida. Is that all I needed to say?
I suppose so. What do you do?
I do absolutely nothing. I am a lazy bum. I am living the gypsy lifestyle, traveling from home to home, staying with friends.
Amazing. So
I know, it's wonderful, isn't it?
So the only person that actually do something is me and probably Christy. And let's read Christy's.
Oh, did you hear that, cousin?
Oh, you bunch of do-nothings.
But that's why we are here. Let's read Christy's here. Okay, well, my name is Christina. I am from Sweden. I basically do nothing because I'm a mute, but when I do, shit happens. Because I work at IKEA.
IKEA?
Wonderful.
I love your tiny furniture.
Okay, so the name of the campaign that we will be playing is gonna be called the Myriad Tales. And the gimmick of this is I'm gonna give you a few different startups with how your scenario will start. And this startup will influence the rest of the game in many ways. Another aspect of the game will be that you, the players, will be able to to describe things in the game that adds to the story, or maybe you want to add a place or a person or anything of that nature. In the end of the day, I determine what that place and that person is. You cannot do anything that is directly gonna be beneficial to you. You cannot be like, hey, I see a treasure chest or a ship made of gold that I won from a ticket or something. I will not allow that. If you even try to do that, I will punish you by giving you negative experience. And other aspects of this game, in the start of every session, I will randomize 2 people that will tell a little story about each other, and then you will be following up on that little story and basically see what that's going. When that is followed up on, you will get extra experience. I think that should be everything for the mechanics and the setting. Well, I guess I could tell you a little bit more about the Meridian and system and what's everything that is contained into it. Things like early 90s, 80s sci-fi cartoon. There's millions of aliens, there's a bunch of different worlds, there's lasers and weird stuff going on all over the place. Pretty much anything can happen. There are some specific races that we will be learning about, but I don't see any reason to explain it further than that. It's a space where anything can happen, so it's gonna be fun. I will now start to give you the different beginnings, so listen up and take heed. So, the first beginning that I have been rating up here is the pirate beginning. You're all a part of a loyal crew aboard a pirate ship. You have followed a map into unknown space in search of a treasure. But who knows what will happen when you actually find it? Many crews have succumbed to greed before. This scenario will be full of distrust, treachery, and hidden goals. Who will you trust? So that is a very scenario that is gonna be like, will you be able to trust on each other, or are you gonna be able to trust NPCs? It's gonna be a treasure searching.
We will see.
The second one is the prisoner beginning. You are all prisoners on a asteroid prison, along hundreds of other prisoners. None of you know where the asteroid is located, but you do know that you need to escape. But the price of freedom is that you will always be chased by the last hand. How long will you be free? So this scenario is very basic. You start off as prisoners. You will have to find a way to get out, and once you are out, you need to try and avoid the law at every point. The third beginning is the depth beginning. You have all pulled your own money and more to acquiring a shared ship. But you all also have your own private loans and debts. None of you will be able to hold on to a big chunk of money at any long stretch of time. What is your life worth? So this scenario will basically be that you start off with a huge debt, on your heads, but you will also start off with a customized ship that you will be making once I put that in the game. And
Hey,
then we have the. Is everybody following so far?
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
And just so you know, I would actually like to suggest something to you as well, Joe. We actually were talking before you came into the room, and we were thinking kind of like a. Have you ever seen the show Firefly?
Yeah, but let me finish off my
Okay.
scenarios here,
Sorry.
and then
Fair
we're
enough.
gonna be talking about what you have in mind. Okay. Tourist beginning. You're all aboard a cruiser that is traveling towards space. On a twist of luck, you end up in a space storm that destroys most of the cruiser. You all accidentally end up in the same escape capsule and crash land on an unknown planet. You don't have much, but you will use what you can to survive. But more bad luck will follow you on your journey. Are you lucky or unlucky? So, this scenario entails that you will have a hard start off with many survival options, where you have to survive on this alien planet, and also you will be followed by with bad luck every once in a while. And finally, the last scenario, the unknown object beginning. You have all been a part of an exploratory digging project on a planet in an unknown space. You all have your own reasons for being there, but the focus has to shift as a mysterious object have been excavated from the grounds. As you are transporting the object back to the spaceport, members of the exploratory team, several hundred people have gone away, leaving the group, disappeared, or even died. Now you are the only people who are left with this object. Can you learn its secrets and avoid the dangers that come with it? Can you have too much knowledge? So this beginning is that you start with this unknown object, and we'll try to figure out what it is exactly. So that was all the different suggestions that I had. You are now free to make your own suggestion, as you were talking about, Dalton.
Alright, well, I like the idea of the last one, to be honest. It's kind of hard to beat that. I do, and I mean, like, with the way my character's set up, there's only one real role he could play in that scenario, and I like where it goes, but the way we were talking about it was kind of like, if you've ever seen the show Firefly, I hate to use this flat-out name, but they're basically a group of smugglers that do the right thing, but they just so happen to be on the wrong side of the law. Is that a good description, guys? I know you guys have seen it, or at least some of you guys have.
That sounds about right.
And aim to misbehave.
Well, it's not even an aim to misbehave, it's just the aim to make money and do what you feel is right.
Well, that is basically gonna be part of all of these scenarios, to try and make money, try to survive, and try to see what is right in this universe, what moral you will follow. So all of that could be implemented in any of these scenarios.
Well, we were just talking about that one earlier, and we actually wanted to throw out the idea to you on what you thought of it.
Yeah. Well, I've told you what I think.
What do you guys think? The rest of the group, do you guys want to play that one, or do you guys want to play one of the ones that Joe came up with? I kind of like to.
I'd roll for it.
Roll for it.
Yeah.
There's 4 different options, isn't there? Total.
5.
5?
If
Then just...
if we include the one we suggested, yes.
Oh God!
D4.
You know what's awesome about the just rolling thing, because we could just roll / roll d5 and
5.
just go with it.
We all roll D5 and the highest. You know what I mean.
The most
One
reoccurring
is the
number.
most.
Yes.
There's 7 of us. There has to be at least one reoccurring number, or 6
The
of
mo-
us, I think.
The most recurring number. The one we
1,
go with.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All
Yep.
right.
Roll
And
a
we're going
d5.
in-
The one reoccurring number, the most reoccurring number is the winner. / roll
Woo!
d5.
No copies yet.
No copies yet, but there's got to be one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last roll is left
1,
to
2, 4, 3,
Cameron.
5.
Cameron, it's up to you to pick.
No, that was me.
Oh wait.
Someone got 4.
Oh, which one's Cameron?
2.
Sure.
2.
Oh, did Joe not roll?
No, I didn't roll. Should I roll?
Yeah, you should roll. You're the 6th member. Yours is the deciding roll now.
Because all the player characters got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
2. What was 2?
2.
2 was
is
prisoners,
the
wasn't it?
Prisoner beginning.
Okay, we're prisoners.
All right, Guardians of the Galaxy. This shit.
Yeah, let's do this. We're prisoners now. Okay, but I am just so down for this. The way we rolled that out got me going. Let's do this.
All right. So let me tell you a little bit about the prison you are at. This is a prison built into an asteroid. All of you have a collar around your necks, which acts as a punishing method. If any of the guards see that you're breaking any of the rules, you will get an electric shock.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can I be aroused by this?
You may choose to if you like, but it is supposed to be. It is designed to be painful.
Hey, Joe, I've seen the internet.
If
Some
they
people
see
love
that
that
you
stuff.
Actually like it, they will probably replace it with something else.
I'm a mad doctor, so...
Evil scientist here, yeah.
The collar will also explode if you try to leave this station. So it's both a punishing and a death penalty. The station is mostly constructed in. You all have like private rooms that is closed by. It's not like in American prisons. You don't have bars or anything like that. You have these open rooms with a door on it. They're all private. Every morning.
So it's British prisons.
Yeah, pretty much. Every morning you go up and you attend like a brief counting head section where the whole room is when you go up to this huge room and they run a scan over the whole room and basically notify every caller that is there and also whose head it is on.
What if you've got 2 heads?
Then you have a collar on each head, and or a collar on one of your heads. And basically, if you're not there, your collar will react and be tracked down. They have workstations where you can work on making alloys, which you don't know where it is. You don't know who's using this or anything. If you try to take any tools out of that place, you will be electrocuted or punished in any other ways. They have a garden on the top that is covered by a dome where you can grow your own food. And there is like a gym. There is a small library. It's not a nasty kind of prison, but it is still a prison. You don't have your freedom. You cannot connect.
You can't leave.
You cannot leave. You cannot connect with the outer world, and you cannot make any money. You as players may choose whether you will start with notes or with the prison currency, and the prison currency is collective cards. once upon a time, this facility was actually a factory for playing cards, and some of them have remained until this day, and the prisoners use them as currency. And how it will work is that different cards are valued at different points. You can gamble with them, and you can trade them for cigarettes and stuff like that. So how this will work, if you choose to have playing cards as your currency, you will roll a dice number according to your currency. So if you have 8 notes, you will roll a d8, and depending on that number, I will tell you the rarity of your cards. So if you roll beneath 3, you have very low value cards. If you roll like 4 or better, you have decent cards. If you roll a full 8, you have some rare cards that could actually be valued once you get out of the prison. So, will you start with money or will you start with playing cards?
Cards.
Alright.
Because I'm mad.
Yes.
Rolling my D8.
Roll your d8. Okay,
Bitch.
you got crap cards.
Well, fuck you.
Shu, you have decent cards.
Why do I don't put down cards?
Put it as a new currency.
Alright.
Beneath the other ones. Just put down like that you have 8 crap cards. And Shu, you put down that you have 8 decent cards.
Yeah.
That is Dalton. No, wait, that is Cassie. Cassie,
You have toilet paper.
You have 8 worthless cards.
Okay, what am I supposed to be rolling here? What's going on?
Your
I'm
career.
sorry.
D8.
I explained to you. Do you want to have notes or do you want to have playing cards as your currency?
Well, Joe, I have a weird situation. My character is actually now a nobleman in prison. I was kind of wondering if I could have like a Don type situation where my family provides for me and I sit in there kind of comfortably.
No, your family is in a different in a different space. They don't even know that you are here. Like this station.
Okay.
You don't know where it is located. You can't communicate with the outer world. Everybody is equal. They basically run this place on communist.
That's all I
ways.
needed to know. I just needed to know how my character was. It's like if it's a Don type situation where I can sit comfortably and just wait out my time in prison because my family's rich, then yeah. But if I actually, unknown country, nobody knows who I am and everything like that, then yes, I completely understand where we're going from now. I just had to, my character is supposed to be.
Yes. So are you gonna start with playing cards or are you gonna start with notes?
The prison jail money.
Okay. Roll your note value down.
All right, my career die.
Yes.
Hold on, let me double check just to be sure. Career die, D8. Rolling. Rolled.
Alright, waiting for it to come up. Okay, you also have 8 decent cards.
Wait, does everyone have a D8 in Korea?
I think they might. I'm a nobleman. I figure, fuck it. If I'm gonna put nobleman there, I'm gonna have it high level.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start this scenario with it's a new morning. Everybody's called up to the counting heads. Everybody leaves their cell and goes up to the place. It's a huge room. There's a scanner up ahead, like a big scanning crystal. They have a big screen in the back. They have like a little race up where there's like guards standing. They have 2 different guards types in this place. One is drones that is controlled by a single synth mind that is hidden somewhere in the complex. Every drone has the same personality and the same mind, so they can recognize anyone. You cannot fool them. They pretty much watch the place. The second race is this weird humanoid species that kind of look like a mix between rocks and lizards. They're called the Roxas. They are dressed in like these blue jumpsuits. They all carry like weapons and batons, and they have a wristband that can deal out punishments to people. They don't talk very much. They have their own kind of lizard language between them. If you talk to anybody, it's usually to the drones. The drones seems to be like the warden of the place. Like the big synth mind is the warden. You see one of the drones standing up there. The scanner goes off, and the screen flickers on, and you see like a bunch of faces starts to flicker up on the screen like in succession, like they counting down, and we are zooming in on one of these faces, and the face that we are zooming in on would be Godly's first. The face turn around in 3D, and Godly, could you please tell us a little bit about your character in text? Because I want to start with you, so you start writing it down as as the camera moves to the next person. But please start writing down your character, how it looks, and everything like that. You know the deal. So the next face that is coming up on the screen would be Cameron's face. We're zooming in on Cameron's character. You see a model of him kind of spinning around. So Cameron, what is your character?
All right. Cameron is, well, my character is Sho. He is a human of about medium build or so, with brown hair and dark brown eyes. There's nothing particularly interesting or notable about him. He's the sort of person who would very well blend into a crowd if need be.
All right. All of this, by the way, comes up as like statistics that's just rolling down the screen, and like pointers that points to different parts of your body. What is your career?
He was a performer before getting arrested.
All right, and why were you arrested?
Because actors were seen as professional liars.
All right, we see like a little screen popping up with a video feed of like you standing next to like a car or something, like trying to sell it, and there's like two guards coming up, and you start fighting them, and like this dragging you off. Or maybe you see like you're on a scene and there's like people throwing tomatoes at you or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Anything else that you want to tell us about your character? Is there anything that would like? Is there anything that characteristic about him? Like anything that make him stand out a little bit? Anything physical?
Not particularly.
Okay, he's kind of bland. So, what is his motto?
His motto is freedom goes to those who fight for it.
All right. So we turn to the next face coming up on the screen would be Dalton's character. We zoom in and.
At this point, it would zoom in on the screen and it would see the name Calidus, followed by a scrolling list of numerous offenses that would be considered in this solar system to be illegal. But in the solar system where his family originates, this is no more illegal than owning a grocery store. He is a nobleman, and I guess it would tell you a little bit about him, like family. It would show you his distinguishing features, which is he is only about 4 foot tall,
What is he?
He is a fennec fox, a Towser. Like, he is a mixed breed between a Towser and something, let's just say unknown for now. And, in which case he is the bastard son of a noble, more or less, raised as one of their own, even though he was not in the same direct line as he should have been. But now he was sent out on a mission from his father and ended up getting rested in a galaxy that he took for a shortcut.
Alright. Why was you arrested here in this galaxy?
For trying to make a deal that seemed to be a little bit off level.
Alright.
It wasn't a big offense, but it was an offense.
What do we see on the video stream? When it
shows my character up there ripping off, well, basically trying to sell something for a significantly marked up value that is way less than what it should have been.
Yeah, I did.
In a galaxy where people would not have known the difference, so he was basically scamming people.
Yeah, we see this video feed where you just kind of stand on like a podium with a bunch of items.
I'm standing on a soapbox, straight up soapbox, little box, like straight up trying to sell something and claim it's like a miracle.
Yeah, basically, and it just the scanner kind of goes off and it just marks all the items being like fraud, and then it just constantly zooms in on you and you just see your face kind of freezing in as you're raising your hands.
And in which case you would see a 4-foot-tall little pink and white phoenix in a, I'm guessing, raggedy black hood because of where we are. I don't assume it would be jumpsuits of any kind.
I will explain how you're dressed. Next face that is coming up on the screen would be Cassie's character.
Next face is Jack. He is a 7-foot tall synth.
Synth.
Yes.
Okay.
Robot.
And I forgot. What is Callia's motto, by the way? I forgot. Dalton?
He's already tuned off.
He's died.
Oh, what's going on?
What's your motto?
What is your motto?
My motto. I want to say once again, money talks. I'm sorry, I really wanted to make this character a little bit different, but I feel that with the way I've built him, that is about all I got, and especially with the jail thing, that's all I could think of. I'm sorry, I'm not as skilled as I thought.
Okay, so can you describe your synth a little bit? How does it look? How is it designed?
Looks mostly humanoid. The legs are more like a Towser's legs.
Like those dog legs.
Digigrade.
Yeah,
digigrade. Its face is mostly a clear black visor. Can't see any features.
All right.
On it.
What are you saying there?
Stop looking at the picture and just imagine it. It helps.
Got lights on the joints of its limbs. Can't think of anywhere else describing it other than it's a big robot.
Alright, so you are basically this robot with like these triangular legs and lights on your limbs, and you have like this big head with a black screen on it.
No, not a big head, like a normal sized head, but instead of having a face, it's just a visor kind of thing.
Okay, it's like a black visor thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And mostly humanoid. Okay, so you're a little bit small. You're in human size then, kind of. Okay, and what is your crime?
Being a synth.
Being a synth. Okay, you basically see like this recording of like a synth uprising, and you just happen to be a bystander somewhere, like where the cops kind of rides in.
Let's call it an ancient Sith rising, and he just so happened to be a synth that was caught in the area afterwards.
It might be an ancient, it might be a new one. You don't know where this video feed is coming from, but you kind of like see him walking down the street with like a grocery bag when the cops kind of hits the EMP pulse and just kind of knocks everybody out.
Yep. Boom.
Okay. So next we have Christie's and Godless.
No offense to interrupt, but that was awesome. You just added prejudice to this whole thing. That's funny.
Yeah.
Can we have somebody do this? Dalton, can you use your chocolate voice to read Christie's entry? Dalton? Okay, Cameron, you do it.
Alright. Christina's character comes up as a hybrid between a human and a fox, more known as a fox. She is fairly tall, around 175 centimeters, or 5.7 feet for us Americans, with an average build, snow white hair, and a long fluffy tail. Her career was a navigator, mixed with some shady business, often causing people to fly their ships into places where people who paid her good money told her to lead them. She took on a side role as a result as an assassin or mercenary, and she got put into jail after being caught in the act red-handed.
Alright, we kind of see like a video feed of like a ship being boarded by like a bunch of stormtroopers. There's like a small firefight, and they kind of bring her out in like chains and stuff like that, bringing her on board a different ship. And yeah, that is the video feed that we see. Okay.
Lord Vader, the rebel intel is nowhere to be found.
After this game is over, we have to have a talk, man. I'm serious. Just letting you know. In an awesome way, not in a bad way.
Alright.
Wow, so, that's a first.
Okay, so the roll call is now over. You
Bitch!
Oh wait, sorry.
Motherfucker!
Like the screen flickers and like the last person kind of flickers on, which would be Rain's character.
Ooh, wow, fuck you. I'm going to replace your kidneys with potatoes.
Yeah.
Potato Putin's?
Yeah, you forgot to ask him, Cassie, his motto as well.
Cassie,
and Christina.
Christy, what is your motto? And Cassie, what is your motto?
Do it with skill or hit it until it works.
Okay.
Christy says he doesn't have one yet.
Doesn't got one yet. Okay. Rain. Okay. You're the last one being scanned in.
Okay. You sure you're not going to forget me? I'm just in the middle of my talking, you know, because it might happen.
I won't.
Fucker. The screen flickers to see a picture of like a spidery humanoid thing, Rex, basically. It's colours. It's white, red streaks, like the what's that thing called? Cameron, you know what it's called. You're an emo. The strip of colour in the hair.
They're like like an emo bang or an emo over or an emo flip. There are a lot of names for it.
Yeah, one of those that's red with black and then white hair. With emo hair. And I've also got orange tinted glasses on, and I'm smoking a cigarette in the picture, holding my sign, looking a bit grumpy.
Alright. Yeah.
My crimes are over multiple different hospitals. I conned people out of their various organs, hearts, livers, other valuable stuff, means replacing them with various items of a vegetable nature. Like it was the surprise on one guy's face when I replaced his heart with a potato.
Alright.
And he was still alive.
Your feed of you operating on an alligator and you like replacing his kidneys with potatoes.
Yep.
And there's like a bunch of
Right now,
stormtroopers
people are going over backstories for a brand new D&D character, so...
Then you just see the stormtroopers just rushing in and beaming you with a freeze ray and pulls you out, leaving the gator on the operating table. Okay, so
And my motto, before you forget...
I'm not gonna say nothing, but I mean, like, I've had ridiculously weird luck.
Dalton, you're not muted.
Oh wow! Oh my god! I'm sorry.
Okay.
My motto, before you forget that as well, it's just a flesh wound.
Oh, the Black Knight never surrenders.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't forgot anybody, and nobody's hiding in the corners.
What about Dave?
No, he's not here.
It's my imaginary
What about
friend.
Silent Bob?
No. No. No.
What are people laughing about? Are you still laughing about me and my awkward conversation?
No, but please focus on the game.
I do understand, but I had other people around me. Somebody said something to me. Couldn't be helped. My apologies.
Okay. Okay. So the roll call is just finishing up. The droid up on the balcony kind of shouts out, "Okay, everybody, it's breakfast time. Go eat." And then don't remember there's workload after that. If you're not on your workstations, you will be punished. Have a nice day. Everybody all the prisoners kind of like chill out. You're all
Just out of curiosity.
Everybody's,
Sorry,
sorry, let me continue.
Keep going.
Let him finish before you interrupt.
You're all like dressed in these this prisoner's clothing, which is kind of like a variation of green, gray, and white clothing. There's like a small variation there. There's like some people, like the finest people, like maybe Cassidus, have these like one pair of clothing of each color that maybe have traded in to look extra fancy. Otherwise, everybody else have like a full color gray, green, or white. So you guys, I guess you kind of find each other. And what are you gonna be doing?
I'm taking drugs.
You don't have anything on you.
Oh, I can make drugs. I have skill to make drugs out of nothing.
That means you're making toilet wine, homie. Straight up jail. You're making toilet wine. I don't know about anything other than that, but that's what you're making.
I suppose I forgot to mention that Sho would actually have been in the close-up of him from the crowd. You could see he was intently studying the screen as people flickered past.
Alright.
We're getting some
feedback from Dalton.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies.
Were you like looking for something in particular?
He was watching as people's statistics and backgrounds were going by.
All I wanted to know before... Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
Which is why he's going to start approaching people. Because he's plotting.
Okay. You have all kind of spent some time on the space station, and you all kind of know each other a little bit, at least by name. And
At the very least, we've
like you
chiseled ore next to each other.
Yeah, like you maybe one of you is kind of next door to one each other. Maybe you have like met up at workstation. Like you know each other a little bit already. But it's also possible that Shu were getting some extra information there.
All right, sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to interrupt you before. Didn't mean to interrupt you any of the other times either. But I was just wondering, by any chance did we notice the release dates for any of us and how far away they were?
No release dates on any of you.
Okay,
yeah, especially mine.
You, from what you have been told, you're basically sentenced to life.
Ooh, okay, because it's a droid galaxy or whatever, or some kind of very strict planetary order.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably.
And plus, it's cheap labor, or free labor, pretty much. So yeah, I can. Okay, I got you. Well, I'm gonna let them go on because Cameron said he was gonna approach anyways. So I was just curious on release dates.
All right.
All right. First person I approach is, as a pilot, the person I would find most useful right off the bat would be a navigator, because we're not getting anywhere good at all. So I am going to approach Christy's character. What's your character's name, Christy?
And we're waiting for her to type. Okay.
Alright, so she's just anonymous for now.
You can read what she said.
Alright. I have none, so it's unknown. Let's say she has none, so no one would find her easily.
All
so
right.
she is effectively anonymous.
Okay, maybe you have like a nickname for her then.
George.
Navi.
Navi.
What?
The nickname's Navi.
Okay, so Cameron, how do we approach her?
Well, where were we comparatively in the crowd?
Like you are like in the corner. Everybody else is just kind of like putting out the tables for the breakfast time. Others is kind of going into the kitchen, kind of start boiling up the porridge and making sandwiches and taking off the very bland cornflakes and stuff like that. So everybody else is just kind of like preparing for breakfast and doing so pretty quickly.
Alright. Well, I'm going to take advantage of the confusion and pull her aside to a corner.
I would like to say that I have tricked some dumber inmate into bringing me my breakfast.
Okay.
If you want me to roll for it, I will most definitely roll for it.
Let's see what Karen has to say to Christina.
It was just a joke. Keep going.
Alright. So, I'd pull her aside and say, hey, I'm wondering, what do you think of the color gray? Frankly, I'm tired of it myself, if you get what I mean.
And I suppose we have to wait for her to type out answer. So,
Yep.
Dalton, you can roll a deceit roll or a negotiation roll in the meantime.
How about a deceit? I mean, I guess I can't mix both, so fair enough. I'll go with deceit, though. I'm gonna trick a dumber inmate into bringing me my food.
Alright.
2d8s so far. Like, I'm guessing it wouldn't work with gossip or carousing or etiquette.
Just make a no, don't none of those would be added in. Just a normal.
Deceit, 2d8s into mind, which is another d8, so 3d8s.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Okay, and when you're done,
Boom, boom, boom.
When you're done, you read Christie's response.
All right, I'll read Christy's response. Christy, I'm just gonna say, Christy looks to was Christy. Did somebody else read this? I'm retarded at the moment, apparently. Christina P. was suddenly pulled to the side, doing nothing. Then she heard his question. Gray. There's nothing bad with it, but some red would be nice, she said, and yeah.
Yes, don't you think a little, variety might be nice?
She have already said that she would like some red. You want a...
But, okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
See, I'm looking to get a bit more, variety out of life, so to speak. And I'm looking for a couple of people to help me.
And as we're waiting for her to respond, okay, so Callius, you have like this, you have like this one little squirp. He's actually a little bit taller than you, but he's younger. He is a human boy. He has dark skin, have dark skin, blue eyes, and like a palish hair, a little bit of a mix, and he brings you like a doggy bowl with your breakfast in it, just serving it up in front of you, everything down nice and easily. And would you like to read for Godly again?
Amos turned to face him more properly, crossing her arms, then glanced at the entrance. I suppose you saw I suppose you saw reason for being here. I'd very much like to get out of this rock.
Okay, Cameron, respond.
Glad to see you're on board. Next step is figuring out everything leading up to that. Let's see who else we can gather.
Okay, so the two of you trying to approach the other guys?
Yes.
Right. Rain, Cassie, what are you two doing?
Hanging around upside down because spider.
Alright.
I'm gonna be what? I'm gonna be on the ceiling, letting little ropes of webbing go down and stealing people's like cupcakes and put in cups.
Give me a stealth roll.
Stealth in this game is deceit or
evasion.
athletics?
Evasion.
Oh, it's evasion.
Yes.
Speed.
Yes.
D8. Do I get any bonuses for using my natural and being above them on the roof?
Not right now. I'm checking for something else. Okay, the drones doesn't see you, and none of the prisoners do either.
Free pudding cups.
You get your free pudding cups. Like people just kind of go like, "Where did my cupcake go? Where's my bowl of cereal? Where's my George pudding?"
I'm just walking around upside down, not giving a fuck.
Cassie, what are you up to?
I'm sat against one of the walls, plugged into the wall socket, getting my breakfast.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other synths like sitting next to you, kind of
Sitting there, a toaster, going, "Hey, baby."
toasting away. There's actually one that is kind of like has been converted into like a bunch of kitchen appliance. So he has like a blender in his stomach. He has like a toaster for an arm. And he has like this. He has like this. His bread slicer as the other arm.
So what you're saying is there's some hastily thrown together kitchen appliances on some of the droids.
Yeah, on this particular one, they call him Kitschy, since he has the most kitchen appliances on him.
Yep, they call him Kitsch.
And you Cadius, are you doing anything particular, or are you just sitting there eating royally at your own table?
I'm gonna steal this cupcake.
Yes, I will say that I am doing just that, Joe. I like the way you phrased that.
Right.
I managed to get my own table somehow, being half the size of the normal people in here. Even though the guards don't know who I am, the people in here obviously do.
Like some of them you have paid off with your trading cards. Some of them you just kind of like, here's a weird dude. We don't want to sit with him. Others are just like.
But if that's the case, if my character is well known enough to have his own table, then shouldn't it be obvious enough that everybody in the place knows his name?
It's more like they don't want to deal with you than they know who you are.
Because I'm too stuck up. That the deal?
No, because you're pink.
Probably.
Oh, because my character's pink and stuck up. That's why it is.
Yeah, you don't, faggot.
Racist pricks. Fuck you.
What is the name of your servant?
The guy who just brought me the stuff. I'm just gonna call
the boy, the young dark boy.
You know what? Just because it'd be funny, I'm gonna call him Elvis.
Okay, you call him Elvis. Okay, so
he has funny hair, and that's why.
Elvis is just kind of sitting on the floor next to you, eating his own breakfast.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
So Cameron.
He is too. He's a hound dog. That's exactly what he is. Looks like a hound dog.
Godly and Cameron, who do you approach first? And Rain, do you actually try to steal Cadius' pudding?
Yes.
Okay, Cadius, can you roll an observation?
Observation. Okay, I'm guessing that's
and
mine.
Rain, roll on you invade.
Okay, I don't have I'm pretty sure I don't have anything in observation. So.
Ooh.
Yep, I just get to roll my mind, which is a D8.
All right.
Oh, this could be bad.
One. Yes.
Oh.
All right. You see Rain, like you turn around kind of for a second, and then
cupcake floating in front of you.
And yeah, Cupcake is floating in front of you with a spider web attached to it.
I grab it before it gets away, obviously, because I won the roll. And I literally do this retarded little snarl that literally has no impression. But Elvis hops up anyways.
Okay, Elvis hops up and just yelling at the like yelling at Rain. What is the name of your character, Rain? By the way, is it?
It's Rain.
Okay. Stop it! Get down here! Don't steal my master's breakfast.
I just go, oh, shit, go, can't stay here. It's back country. And I run away.
As he Zoidbergs away, I would just shoot him an evil glance, like something that says "Don't fuck with me."
Oh, and it's a female. But
I shoot her an evil glance then. And like I said, my character's literally 4 foot nothing and pretty much bright white and bright pink.
Not very intimidating, but I guess that you would you would turn you turn back to Cameron and Godly that is approaching you. So Cameron and Godly, how do you approach this Fennec?
Well, I'm gonna take a seat on the table, put my feet up, and cross them, and say, "Hey, what's all the commotion about, Pinky?"
As he even just approaches my table and sits down, I view them unapprovingly. Both of them, I'm guessing Godly is with them. So
Yeah.
I view them both pretty disapprovingly as they sit down. I don't say anything. So they call me Pinky. Then I stop eating. And I give a little glance to Elvis. Not a lot, not a big one. Just like a quick glance to see what he's
kind of look at the man, which is a lot bigger than him, and he kind of go like kind of shrugging and being like, I don't know.
Well, I
Sir,
look
please,
after
don't-
he's. I didn't say anything to him. He didn't have to respond like that. But I just looked to him to see what his response would be to him. Test my ground, more or less, to see what he would do. Because if you don't overstep your defenses, is the way I'm viewing it. So
Okay.
I pretty much blow off the whole Pinky comment, and I go, "What do you want? Don't even
Oh,
look
really?
up. Continue eating."
Oh, relax, we're all friends here. Anyways. See, I can't help but notice, someone like you doesn't belong to be in here.
Someone like me doesn't belong. Chuckles, and he goes, I can't help but agree, even though it might not be true. And he looks to him, he goes, well, what's your point?
Well, my point is, there are a fair number of people here who don't seem like they belong either.
Well, he continues eating and literally doesn't even stop talking while he's eating, just goes, well, what do you intend to do about it? With a mouthful.
I intend to do plenty. How I intend to do it depends on who I have on hand.
He looks to you slightly and chuckles a little and goes, well, if you think you can actually get me out of this cesspit, then maybe we have something to talk about.
Glad to hear you're on board. At that point, Shu stands up, ruffles the fur on, Calidus's head and walks off.
I sniff the air to see how many credits they have in their pocket.
I have cards.
They're all cards.
Well, there's still a type of, maybe there's
the
alloy in the strip. Maybe you
the
have a
cards
strip.
are made of plastic.
Okay. Fine. I see. Okay, I gotcha. Alright. Well, either way, after I realize that I can't smell how much money they have on them, I just let them walk away.
Alright.
Yes, I'm playing D&D. Fuck you people. Stop staring at me. Yeah, I'm
So-
smelling your pockets. What? Sorry.
Elvis kind of looks towards you and kind of looks around the room. He kind of notices you're sniffing and he says, should I bring somebody to play cards with you?
I look to him. I don't even say a word. I just kind of do this hand motion and wave him off, more or less, and I just go back to eating.
Okay. Okay, he goes off, disappears into the crowd.
All right, as that happens, I pretty much just I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna go undisturbed for a few minutes and continue eating because I'm gonna take a piss. BRB.
All right. So Cameron and Godly, who do you approach next?
Well, the most easily spotted is probably the one plugged into the outlet at the wall.
There's a bunch of synths, remember, I'm sitting in a line.
Yeah, but you pretty much stick out a little bit. Like all the other synths are kind of like built like murder machines, and you like kind of like a scrawnier, kind of smaller synth. You're sitting next to the Kitchenator, but on your other side is just the Murdernator, which instead of kitchen appliances, it has like a buzzsaw. He has He has like flamethrower and stuff like that. Everything is disabled, but it looks really threatening.
Called Edie.
No, it's the Destructinator.
Edie's a couple of robots down.
Yeah.
Hey, Edie was murderous.
She's dancing in some synth bar.
You bitch. Edie is not your whore.
No one said anyone was touching, just looking.
Anyway, Cameron, how do you approach Cassie?
I'm just casually walking up to him.
The visor turns to look at you.
Strider, was it?
Yes.
You certainly don't seem happy, sitting down and plugging yourself into an outlet every day.
Would anyone be happy stuck in this place?
Seems we're on the same page, my friend.
Which page might that be?
One that leads out of here.
Yes, I do believe we are on the same page then.
I couldn't help but notice you had a useful set of skills. Mechanic, before you got in here? It's quite impressive.
That was what I was made to do.
Well,
I don't understand. I'm not a mechanic yet. I end up sitting between a kitchen appliance and a murder bot.
yeah, it seems unfitting for you, doesn't it?
Very.
Hmm.
Do the other robots do anything at that comment?
The
I'm back, sorry.
Kind of looks down at the floor and kind of mumbles something to itself in binary code, and the murderbot kind of like
010001.
the murderbot kind of just like stares into the space, not showing any kind of emotions or anything.
Say, you'd be the one to understand it. Perhaps you can find something out about how these wardens work.
I mean the bots. All the hive mind linked up to a central unit. Haven't been able to connect with it, so must be shielded from random access.
We'll have to figure out a way to get you in there then.
Indeed.
All right. Glad to have you on board. Enjoy your meal.
Shakes his head a bit. Leans back against the wall.
Alright. Rain, I suppose you're still kind of climbing.
I want to juggle the cupcakes and do the Cossack dance.
On the roof.
What? That's crazy, nigga.
On the roof.
Okay, roll a presence.
Okay. Just presence and body?
There is like, isn't there an acrobatic roll as well?
I have no idea. With what?
I don't know. If they get pissed off by niggas, then they can get pissed off.
Dalton!
God damn it!
You just said...
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Yes. Roll your presence for now.
Okay, so body and presence. Haha!
Okay, you do a decent casa. You do.
I'm doing
do
this
it.
upside down.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
You
The
do.
cupcakes land on people.
Okay,
You're basically
cupcakes
throwing
lands
them
on
at people.
people. One of them lands on Cameron.
I look straight up.
There you go. So,
Still doing the dance.
still doing the dance. I'm one of my free arms just waving. Because I have 4 of them.
I'm just looking up like, what the fuck?
Yet. Must go.
Until I realized that I saw her on the feed, and
Hey,
Well,
you there! Get down from the ceiling! You're not allowed to be there.
Oh
You get
shit!
you get
It's
an
the fuzz!
You get an electric shock to your system, and you start falling down.
Oh, I've got a web on my ass. I'm stuck to the ceiling with a web. Safety first, bitches.
But still, you fall and now you're dangling there.
I'm dangling.
You fall and you're dangling like in front of Cameron's face, and then the bot kind of goes up to the string and cuts it, so you fall kind of straight, and just flops right in front of his feet.
the guards are none too kind, are they?
Oh, they never know how to appreciate a good show. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, they don't have any sort of intelligence like the synths do. They're just robots, as far as I can see.
Wait, since they're smart. It's the uprising.
And you would know that they are smart. They are controlled by one central synth, basically.
It's not that kind of intelligence.
I'm running off the character.
Okay.
I'm eccentric. I'm over the top.
So I guess you had something to talk to her about.
Indeed. Your name, Rain, right?
Uh-huh. What's up?
Right.
Need something fixing?
Well, not yet, but...
You sure? I got a great deal. I got some great potatoes. Oh wait, shit, these are kidneys. And I'm not actually holding up a bag, I'm just looking at where a bag should be.
Right.
Completely insane.
Right. Anyways, where me and a couple of associates, are interested in heading, we may need some fixing up.
Cool.
And I can't help but notice you also have some other skills as well, which...
Skills? I got many skills.
I've noticed juggling seems to be one of them.
Still learning that.
Thanks for the free food, by the way.
Eh.
He just
It's not
scooped
mine
some of the... Shu scoops some of the cupcake from his face and just puts it into his mouth.
At this point, you hear like a bell ringing, an electronic bell kind of go like, bing, bong. It's now working time. Please registrate to your working stations. And now, you have 15 minutes.
Ugh, work! Oh, but I haven't eaten yet. I'm just nibbling on cupcakes. And I'm still hungry. Oh, nom nom nom.
Well, I think I'm still right in front of Jack, currently nameless, Christie's character, and Rain, and I tell them to, at the next meal time, meet back up with me.
Alright, so you're all gonna go to different workstations?
I just realized we all forgot to state our goals for the first game, Joe.
The first let's name this chapter. As everybody's just kind of moving out of the room, you see a title card going up, saying
Straight up
Meridian,
intro.
yeah, straight up intro, Meridian Tales, the Great Prisoner Escape. That is the name of this chapter.
Straight up intro. Meridian Tales.
It didn't have to say straight up. It was, by that I just meant intro. Straight up intro just means intro. It's just a way of me to add words and stuff so I can hear the sound of my own voice.
Oh, I know. I just decided to take you literally.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the name of the chapter, and the goal is for all of you to escape the prison alive.
As this big chapter screen comes up, I jump out of the fourth wall and put up a big web going, nope, can't see this. Secret.
Alright. The web turns into like a one of those,
Spider-Man intros.
No, transitions, like it's just, it kind of, the webs kind of goes in and just kind of falls off, and there's the next scene. So
Stop dying.
So where do you go? It's like there's two places you can go. It's the hardware working station where you make alloys and little items and stuff like that, or you can go up to the top and work on the farm. Where will you guys go? Rain, where do you go?
I'm going where the sun's shining and slack off.
Alright.
Now make a hammock out of web.
Alright. Okay. Cassie, where do you go?
I go to the mechanical bed.
Okay,
making stuff.
You start making stuff. Okay. Cadius, where do you
What
go?
I would like to do is listen in on the guards because I have that. I have a thing that allows me to listen to magnetic.
Alright. But tell me which workstation you go to while you're doing this.
Am I allowed to go to my own cell?
No, you need to go to a workstation. If you're not in a workstation, you will receive an electric shock every 15 seconds.
Oh, 15 seconds. Damn. Okay. Well, then I am going directly
I'm at a
to a
workstation,
workstation.
just hiding.
My character's small, so let's find something easy for him to do. Let's go with can he work in the kitchen?
No, there's like a farm or the hardware station.
Farm then.
Okay, you go to the farm. Cameron, where do you go?
I'm going to work the hardware station.
Alright, and Godly, where do you go?
On Skype asking me how to make a character when it's in the book.
Brownie face.
I've just been spending the last half hour trying to help her make up a character. And she should have done this yesterday.
Dude, I did this all this morning.
Okay. Okay, you go to the farm then. Okay. So, on the way to the farm, you're trying to listen in to the guards, Cassius. Are you listening on a magnetic wavelength or just your ears?
Towser magnetics.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I suppose you would know what to roll for that.
Well, that would only be my legacy because that's what I am. And give me 1 second, I still got to read a little bit.
I don't know.
If it's technically listening for rumors and shit, it's the same as doing that, but you add.
Well, literally, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have to roll anything. This is just magnetics. This is just me listening in. If you want me to roll my Towser, that's about all I can really roll for this is my Towser. You are able to perceive electricity. You may communicate with electronic perceptive creatures such as Elver Electronics, Cybernetic Brains, and other Towser magnetics. And I'm guessing what we are working with would be a cybernetic brain.
Yes.
So I should be able to listen in without a question and just be able to do it without even rolling anything.
Okay,
And
but
if
there's a lot of electronics, currents and stuff like here, so I want you to roll an observation check to see what you pick up.
I got
With
nothing
his,
in observation,
legacy?
so just mind.
Yes.
It's
Mind and
mine
legacies.
legacy.
Okay, so 2d8s.
Yes.
D8, D8. 2 4s. That isn't horrible, but it ain't great.
Alright.
That's
So you managed to pick up a transitions from one of the bots. They kind of like it sounds like it's something that is going in to just be heard by the warden. And you kind of hear this static, the kind of radio wave saying like, "We are going in. Yes, in 3 days. Yes. All the supplies. Yes, we got them. Anything else? Yeah, no. And you got all of the deliveries. The suit will not be waiting, you know. Okay. Good. 3 days. Hopefully. And yeah. Out.
Would I be allowed to use my deceit and lie to the robot?
You could try if you want to lie to them.
Well, that said, in 3 days, apparently we're going into lockdown or something like that, so we have to make our move quick. It's not the fact that I want to extend the 3 days, it's just the fact that I want to make it so somebody else is a target during that time so we have more room. Because he said the suit.
Yes.
I would like to make the suit a target.
What do you mean?
Like when when the suit arrives, because he cut out a little bit, I would like to finish the transmission and say that when the suit arrives, he is the primary target.
Like you're trying to say that to a robot or
To the robots, all the robots, it's a cybernetic brain and it's all working in unison, so if I relay it to one, I should relay it to all.
Okay. So how do you say this?
After the cutout and right in between where it comes back on, when it says the suit is coming in on this day, I would like to add.
He said the suit will not wait.
Well, I would like to make it so when the suit arrives, he is a primary target. If he is not there already.
Well, he's not saying that the suit will arrive. He's just saying that the suit will not wait.
Well, then either way, I would like to find some way to make the suit a target, the person, you know.
Okay. So how do you say this to the robots?
I would like to say that if the suit comes into sight, that he is a primary target to be collared and put into the detention center. And then I assumed the transmission would have cut back on so they could complete the rest, and it would sound, just the way it did.
Okay. You were trying to interfere with it. Okay.
Yes, add in the blanks and fill in the blanks for the robots in a way that would make it work for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. You could try and do that. Roll your deceit.
Okay. 2 deceits. I mean, my deceit in mind, right?
Yes.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Oh shit. Okay, you beat me.
They detect you. You are quickly surrounded by bots, and you quickly take a few electric shocks to your neck, and they take you. They bring you down.
I will straight up say that I spasm and fall the fuck over.
Yeah. They grab you and they bring you down to a containment cell. They throw you in there. It's just like this small little box where you can barely move, and there's like a little light in the roof, and you will be sitting there for a little while.
I very angrily kick the door with my little leg, and I go, "God damn it! 3rd time this week."
All right. Okay, Rain, you're trying to be lazy off.
Yep. Make a hammock. Help me web.
Alright.
Because I can.
Okay. Roll me a stealth dice.
You want a stealth. You want a stealth. You can't handle the stealth. I can't remember which is evasion still, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Rolled it. Not too.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm defending, so I win.
No, they have a higher dice value. Okay, there's a drone coming up to you, giving you a few chops to your system, and burns the web hammock. Get back to work.
Oh,
Couldn't you
darlings.
have like
Dinner
a
first.
favorite?
No. Waste of a favourite, yeah.
Did you act like
Fair
that?
enough.
Yes. I just
Okay,
said, darlings, dinner first.
They quickly grab you and they bring you down to a containment cell.
Whee!
They don't fuck around. Okay. Is any of the rest of you trying to do anything nefarious?
Can I roll observation to watch the general patterns of movement of the guards and such?
Sure, you can do that.
Awesome. So that's mind and observation.
Yes. Okay, that is a pretty good roll. Well, you would notice that every room, every place have at least 5 to 10 bots, and then maybe 3 or 4 lizard guards roaming around. The lizard guards mostly just watches the doors and like the outer perimeter. They never like interact with the prisoners too much, unless they have to. They kind of like the overwatchers. The bots are like a little bit more close up and personal. They kind of float around. There's at least one bot every 15 minutes, kind of like checking on the prisoners. Sometimes it may be 20 minutes, sometimes it might be 30. But they're all like patrolling around, and they're checking.
I would say that the little robots do probably the majority of the prison work, but it's only the little offenses. Anything bigger than a certain level of offense would be handled by a real person, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. You kind of get the impression that the lizards are kind of like there to be like a organic in case something would happen to the warden.
Yeah.
Like that is kind of like what you get from them. Like they are like the backup crew. So yeah, personally, you're kind of like checked every 15 minutes, or 20, or 30.
Mm-hmm.
When you're working, it's less because they don't want to disturb you too much. But when you're kind of like walking from place to place, they're checking you more often.
Alright.
Counting heads and doing all that monotonous stuff.
Do you all want to take a quick break?
No.
Let's take a quick break.
Because you want it.
Yeah.
I can't
I'm
believe
gonna
I
stop
forgot.
the recording for now.